And when I know I got the sound down, that's when. Setting it up. Okay, we're good. Hey, everybody. This is an exciting day. It's a Wednesday. And actually, in the Chicagoland area, it is warm and sunny. Our guest is actually from Arizona, so that's exciting. Lori was just there. I'm going in a couple weeks. This is fun. This is going to be a fun thing. Blast from the past. I remember our guest growing up, and this is even more fun when we get to talk about what he's got going on. And with that, Lori, I just want to say, Laura, how's your day going and how are you doing?
My day is fabulous. I'm always happy when it's Wednesday and we could get together on here, Debbie, and do our interviews. This is our way to get together and we meet some amazing people. But I'm so excited because I have my brother on today. I'm sure most of you guys know my younger brother, Joe Caputo. And we were together in business for years. And we're going to talk to him because he has done so many exciting things since he left the flower business in the garden center years ago. So, Joe, how you doing today? All the way in here.
Okay. Hi, how are you?
We're doing great. I'm so excited to do this. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. So, Joe, let's just talk a little bit about stuff with you growing up and that, because I think it gets you to where you are at today. So tell me a little bit about your early years, about what we did as kids and why we have the work ethic we have now.
Well, we both had a father who worked 7 days a week, three different jobs, and we all started working when we were kids. I remember I started about 8 or 9 years old, sweeping flowers, filling up buckets of water, taking garbage out, actually taking probably at 10 years old, 11 years old, actually helping customers. Back then it was a little different. You could do that then. Uh, but we came from a working family. We had to work. That it wasn't we weren't tortured, but we got everything we ever wanted. But we did have to work to help the family out.
Yeah,
And
I think that's great. I mean, that's what we did. And we have to thank our dad for that. And I remember that us as kids. And sometimes we didn't want to do it, but we knew that was the one thing that we did, is we knew we had to work. We all worked together as a family.
yeah, well, I remember we used to have to get up on Saturday nights or Sunday mornings at 2 in the morning to go down to Fasano Pies and pick up pies to sell on Maxwell Street on Sunday. Nobody, especially as a teenager, you don't want to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning uh, to go work, but we did it.
Yeah, and what people would do that now? What kid would do that now? They'd have to bring their tablets along. There was no way none of these kids would do that now.
Yeah, it's a
I just
different generation.
Yeah.
I just have to say this. I remember when you guys were all getting older and we were all wanting to go out and we'd come over to the flower shop to see, if you were ready, you could go yet. And your dad would hand us a broom. You're like, okay. And we'd be clean and we're
Yeah,
like, let's get it done so Lori could get out faster, But
Yeah.
I admired your dad so much because he taught you such good principles and you guys all did it together as a family. And that's what's so cool,
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So Joe, most people know you had your garden center. At that time it was Plainfield Bolingbrook over there on 111th and Naperville
yeah.
Road, and you were very successful. And after you sold the business, where did you go from there? You could tell everybody.
Well, the last few years of the business, I was always planning on after we went to a charity thing, and I ended up winning a day working in the kitchen of Charlie Trotter. Okay, so I remember that day. I went down there and I worked in his kitchen, and I just something rang a bell in my head that this is what I want to do. I want to be a chef. And actually, I talked to Charlie Trotter afterwards, and he wanted to hire me as a, as a just as a coming in chef. And I said, well, no, I can't. I have a garden center. I have a business. But I started planning my chef career. I went to Joliet Junior College to the culinary program for 2 years, and I studied uh, cooking there. And I think it was 2001, 2002, I sold the business and I was going to just be a chef. So I worked a couple places in Illinois. Um, and then I spent some time in Italy and doing some of my painting and wasn't sure what the chef thing was going to do. But eventually I got to Arizona and I started working in restaurants in Arizona. I worked for some very good chefs, and I learned a lot. And ended up working at a country club where I was actually the executive chef for about 6 months, interim chef until they brought somebody else in. And I learned a lot about banquets and a lot about uh, quality and stuff like that. So, and uh, and then uh, I was trying to find somewhere in the culinary industry. You don't make a lot of money unless you are the executive chef or you own the place. It's not an industry where people make big money at first. So said to myself, I said, the only way I'm going to make enough money to support my family is if I buy my own place. So 2015, we happened to be lucky enough to buy a pizzeria in a mall called Desert Ridge Mall. And it was perfect because it was a very simple operation. There was no pastas, no, it was just slices of pizza. They just sold slices of pizza, that's all. And it was easy to get into. And then we kind of slowly turned it into uh, like one of the best slice places in Arizona. We have uh, 45 kinds of slices that people can choose from. We have breads, we have all the side stuff, salads and things like that. And it's been fun. Over the years, I probably have about 300 pizza recipes in my recipe book of different pizzas that we can do. But we do about 45 every day of different varieties.
Wow. And when I was just there recently, I went there for lunch and there's a lot of people that come in that place. And explain the uniqueness, Joe, of that mall, because I think that is so cool the way they have their mall there and how they could eat over there.
Yeah, well, most of our seating is outdoors because it's kind of like it's not a food court, but all the um, smaller restaurants are in the center of the mall, and there's a kids splash pad where people bring their kids to splash around right in the center, right in front of us, and people sit out there and they eat, and except I mean when it's really hot in the summertime, they don't spend as much time out there, but we have some seating inside. Um, but it's a nice mall. It's one of the best malls in the state. It has some very good retail operations and it's very clean and very safe mall. And it's in the northern part of Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean it's a beautiful mall. The equivalent for people in this area here in the Chicago area, I would kind of say it's kind of like Oak Mall
Yeah,
outside, but I think it's even better than that because they have like an area where they got a big screen type TV where they're showing videos all day long, and they have a movie theater right there too. And
yeah,
so,
we have music on the weekends. There's live bands on the stage on Friday and Saturday nights. There was actually a new rule they came up with a couple of years ago where they can actually most places, if you serve alcohol, the customers can't take the alcohol outside. But now they can stay anywhere in the mall with alcohol. So you can come and you can grab a drink and you can walk around the mall. You don't have to sit inside the restaurant to drink.
Yeah,
And as
you
long as
don't.
you don't leave the mall with it.
Now that's good. Now you don't serve alcohol, correct?
No, our place is too small. I can't fit anything. I've done the most I could do with the space I have.
Yeah.
It's a very tiny space, but we do a lot of business out of that space.
Yeah. And so with your all your different pizzas that you make every day, do you have one that sells the most? Would you say?
Probably anything with pepperoni, so it's just nationwide pepperoni is the number one topping. So we do like 8 different kinds of pizza with pepperoni on there. So any of those are top sellers. Um, we do like 8 or 9 vegetarian pizzas. We do a couple vegan pizzas. We do white pizzas. We do with red pizza, pesto pizza. Um, we have uh, we have New York style as our main style of pizza, which is a big pizza, thin crust. Or we do a Roman style, which is kind of a rectangle pizza that is just a little bit thicker than a New York style. And then we do a Detroit and Sicilian style, which is a thick crusted pizza. And we do a lot of those too. So we have 3 kinds of different pizzas that you can choose from, not just the one.
Yeah, I mean I can't even describe what it's just it is amazing, Debbie. I can't wait for you to go there and try
Yeah.
some of those pizzas. Now, I have a question. I never asked this before, but can people buy pizza from you and take it into the show?
Yeah, they do the we have individual pizza boxes for one slice, and a lot of times they want them put in a bag so they can put them in their purse or because the movie theater does sell food, so they don't like people bringing in. But we do get some people who want to bring the pizza in the movie theater.
Yeah, I mean, because the movie theater's like right around the corner. It's just a
Yeah, yeah.
you're in a great location in there. And I know that at one point you guys did what is it, Grubhub and all that other stuff, but you're not
Yeah,
doing.
we fired all of the delivery services and we don't do any delivery now because we were losing too many customers were getting bad results from using DoorDash or Uber. The pizza arrived to their house cold, it arrived at over an hour late, or drivers would steal product from us, and it just got to be the quality of my pizza is most important, and it wasn't it wasn't good enough for us to do it. It was actually not efficient because people were getting the pizza too late, and we don't have delivery drivers because being in the center of the mall on a Friday or Saturday night, it takes 20 minutes to get into the mall to find parking. So if we had a delivery driver, it would be hard for them to get in and out of the mall quickly to make the deliveries.
Right.
So we decided that we are just going to be you can order a pizza online or you can order to us and come in and pick it up. We'll just come in and enjoy slices. With our ideas, if you come with a family of 4, you don't have to have the same pizza each person. You can all 4 of you can get different kinds of pizza and for a very, I think, a decent price. And um, you don't have to just order a whole pizza and be stuck with just one kind or half and half. Or if you want to order a whole pizza, we do that too. We'll make custom pizzas. We do um, whatever people want. Any of our toppings, we can make up whatever customers want.
Wow, that's just amazing. And I still don't know how you do with all those different kinds of pizzas and stuff. Do you have a lot of repeat customers that come in there?
Yes, we do. And well, we do it because I have probably some of the best pizza makers in Arizona I have working for me. I really do. I have very good quality pizza makers, and they know their stuff, and they, they when I create a pizza or something like that, they do it to perfection, and that's very important. And it took a while to get these quality people to find them, but once we found them, we take care of them pretty good, and they do a great job for us.
Yeah, that's great. And I know when I was there, talk about that Chicago pizza, talk about the famous Chicago pizza that I had.
Oh, we do a Chicago hot dog pizza, and it is exactly
Yes,
like a Chicago hot dog, down to the celery salt and the poppy seeds.
Oh my God.
amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, we don't. The only style of pizza we don't do is Chicago style, but because it's just not. Um, you can't really do slices of it because the ingredients fall all over the place. But we do the Chicago hot dog pizza, and we do it in a Roman style or a Detroit style, which is a thicker crust. And yeah, we use all beef hot dogs and all the same, everything that goes on down to the sport peppers, everything.
That's cool. I got a question. Do you actually do any cauliflower pizza crust? Because that's a big
Yes,
butt.
we do cauliflower, and then we have a Neapolitan rice crust, which is gluten-free and vegan. And
Wow.
that is, it's a 12-inch crust. It looks like a wood oven pizza. And then the cauliflower is has dairy in it, so it's gluten free, but it's not
Yeah.
vegan. But we have a lot of vegan options we can do for people like that. At our store in Tempe Marketplace, they do four different slices of vegans available. We do two in Desert Ridge at the North Phoenix store, but they do four. There's because of the college there, there's a lot more vegans in that
Yeah.
area, so they do a good job with the vegan stuff.
And the music and all that is at the desert store?
And the Tempe Marketplace has music too.
Okay, Friday, Saturdays. Okay. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
definitely come by. There's no doubt. My husband will go nuts because here's the thing, we don't have to argue. This is a great concept because just what you said about the family comes in, right? And I like certain things, he likes certain things, and oh, he wants to try this, and I don't want that. And it's wonderful. I think that's
yeah,
awesome. It really
yeah.
is.
You could do any kind you want. You have a lot to choose from, and yeah, nobody has to be stuck with something they don't want.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, it's just great. And your prices are phenomenal too. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say
Always
about
a good thing. That's always good. I mean, but especially
it.
this.
It's crazy. I wish we had one over here, Debbie. I'm serious. I
Yeah.
really wish we had one over here. We would go, your husband and Gary would go
It'd be
nuts.
a frequent flyer. They would be the frequent
Yeah,
flyers, man.
and
Especially, you know
fires
what
and
I'm
stuff.
thinking? My grandson Joe is so Italian. I mean, he is just so, but he is
Yeah.
such a hot dog lover. And you just mentioned something. He'll only eat
Yeah.
all beef hot dogs. Okay, so he would
Yeah.
probably freak. I got to get some pictures when I'm there to send back. Oh, and feel free too. I don't know if Laura mentioned this, but for you to put things or give them to Lori, and Lori can put them on there and post them on our Facebook
Yeah,
page.
I can send you some pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you
Um,
guys have something, because I know you have like the pizza, was it the weekend special you do, or what is
yeah, every weekend we do a special pizza that's not part of our rest of uh our line, and it's like I said, we've had over 300 weekend specials that are in our recipe book. We've only repeated a few a couple times, but pretty much every week when I'm out shopping or buying stuff for the store, I'll just get inspired by seeing something, and then we'll just put it together and create a weekend pizza. I mean,
That's
there's some that are better than others, but they all seem to be pretty good.
Yeah, and I just think, and you come up with all these recipes yourself, Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's great. That is just amazing. And Anna, your wife works in there, Anna, and
Well,
she,
Anna's doing a great job. She runs the Tempe Marketplace store. I do most all the business work and the brunt of the work, but she runs and manages the Tempe store, and she takes care of her personnel over there, and which takes a load off my shoulders to deal with that. And but I do all the buying and all the creating and running the Desert Ridge store.
yeah, I mean, it's just great. And the boy, my nephews are older now, they're in high school, but they used to come and help you all the time.
They started, both of them worked when they were like 12, 13, 14 years old. They would be working for us now if it was closer to our house, but they both work at a grocery store, which is a couple blocks away from our house. And they are the people at Safeway where they work just love them because they show up on time. They work hard. They don't complain. I mean, I was telling somebody the other day, my kids are so amazing. I do not have to wake them up ever to go to work.
that's nice.
My one son on the weekend, he starts at 6 in the morning, and at 5:30, he's downstairs making breakfast for himself, and never have to wake him up or kick him out of bed. Uh, and we never taught them that. They just are that way.
Yeah, and I think it's because you started them working earlier.
Yeah,
It's the whole thing, and they see how hard you work,
yeah,
and that's great. And that's the concept we learned from my dad. But you know what? Before we get finished here, I do want to talk about your art because people don't know that you're an artist too. In fact, one of your paintings are right behind you. And
yeah. It's my Chicago skyline painting. If I can move my head.
That's awesome.
It is that is well, about 21 years ago I started painting. Well, I started painting when I was like 6 years old. Is My grandfather was an artist, my uncle was an artist, and um I used to sit and watch them all the time. Whenever I went to Italy, I just sit and watch them paint, and I painted, and I didn't do a lot of very good work when I was that young, but uh I just always liked painting, and so I just started painting all my life. And about 21 years ago, I started painting on the back of glass, which they call reverse glass painting. And now, if you go to galleries, you'll see people that are doing it. I don't think anybody was doing it 21 years ago, but I didn't invent it, but I was pretty get started doing it, and it's a complicated process because you have to think in reverse of a standard painting. But I would take glass and I would paint on the back of it, and then you see it from the front, and the colors change depending on the way you're looking at it and everything. And I've been doing that kind of painting, well, on and off for the last 21 years. It's kind of hard when you're running a business to be inspired to paint. You need a free mind. You need space and everything to paint. And I'll get back to painting in a few years when I retire. Uh, but right now it's just what I did, and I couldn't make any money out of it. I thought I would be able to make some money out of it when I retired the first time when I sold my garden center, but there's just I do it more for myself than anything else.
yeah, and you know that being on Zoom does not do that painting much justice. You have to
I was
really,
thinking that. Yeah, it can't.
it's the colors and the way it just pops out.
Yeah,
It's absolutely amazing. And I was so fortunate that Joe gave me a painting when I was there, and I'm so excited. I haven't put it up yet because I got to get it framed, but I was so touched that you did that for me. Thank you so much. But I don't know, Joe, is there anything else you want? Oh, your hours. Like how does it you're like open during the time of the mall, 7 days a week?
yeah, we're open 7 days a week. The mall hours are actually like 11 to 9, but we get there early. If we have once we make our first pizza, we are open. You know, we learned that from my dad.
Yeah.
You never turn a customer down. So if somebody comes in, we got whatever we have ready, we'll sell them. We don't wait till we're fully stocked. So sometimes we get people in there at 9:30, 10 o'clock, workers that are working, construction workers that are working in the area. Um, and then we're open on Monday through Thursday till 9 o'clock, Friday and Saturday till 10, and Sunday till 8.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you really don't take much holidays off because the malls are
Yeah, the mall only requires us to be off on Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. So
okay.
those are the only 3 days that we are closed because we have to because of the mall. Um, and so we're open all the time.
yeah, that's great. Debbie, you have anything you want to add on that?
Oh, I am totally stoked to come there now because like this is great. Tony and I could get the things we want. And there's music there too, and we can go, visit. And
Yeah, if you come on a Friday or Saturday night, you can go and watch music and stuff.
I'm thinking we'll probably come. Maybe I'll talk to him about maybe that first Friday because we fly in. We're there on the 11th. But what I'm thinking, Joe, is we do a little quick live video and show
Yeah,
you.
do that. Please do.
And kind of say hi, and we could kind of take a like a scan of everything, and then we'll put
Hmm.
it up on our Facebook page and stuff. And so that's
Okay.
always fun because Lori and I have gotten both opportunities. Both of us have had opportunities to do that on things. So it's great. But
Yeah,
thank you for taking the time out. I know this was a difficult. It's hard because you are 2 hours behind, right? Like so.
Yeah.
But we had to catch you when we could catch you, and we appreciate you. And I'm just so excited to like get caught up on what you're doing. I mean, I remember you growing up, and I remember, I've got my brother too, and it's like Lori and I, like whenever we get to talk about each other's families, what everybody's doing, I'm excited. I'm going to be near your place and be able to go. And then we have,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
so
I'm just so proud of you. You're such an inspiration to people. And I just want people to know out there, from watching my brother grow up and everything, anybody could do anything, right, Joe?
Yeah.
If
Well, that's what I tell my boys. I say if one if one person can do it, then you can do it too.
right.
If one person's can capable of building something, then you could build it. You just got to learn how to do it. And both of my boys have A's in the high school and gonna go off to college and hopefully have a great career.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, well, look at
yeah,
the inspiration you are to them, you and your wife.
that's great.
Hopefully I can meet your wife too. Everybody, but yeah, hopefully I'll meet everybody.
So yeah, we'll post a whole list of stuff on there. I'll get some stuff off your Instagram and put it on our page. But thanks, Joe, so much. And I
And
hope,
thank you.
oh, no problem. Well, we'll see y'all later. Oh, Deb, you want to close us out? Well, you could start.
Yeah, I want to just say that I'm excited. I will see you, Joe, the weekend of the 11th. Lori, I'll be seeing you tomorrow, actually.
Yeah,
And thank you again. And we really appreciate it. And so with that, we're
Okay.
going to say thank you, everybody, for tuning and tuning in. Okay.
oh,
Take
bye.
care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.